YouTube, welcome back. PPS here. We are back for YouTube free plays. It is the 24th of January. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate every single one of you new subscribers that we got. Like I said, just crossed 800 mark, hoping we can get to that 1K soon. And yeah, let's do a little quick recap. We are actually 8-3 over our last 4 videos, counting the 2 live streams. In there, we do have 2 full sweeps. And we would have had a sweep if I didn't double down on Rodgers. Unfortunately, that one did miss for us. This was our 2 plays from the weekend, Saturday show. Eastern Washington crushed the total. Ended up going 5-1 or 5-0 on Twitter on just my plays I posted to Twitter. Obviously, the Rodgers ones went down, so we went 5-2 on Saturday. Yesterday, we went 2-1 on our Twitter free plays. So if you guys don't follow over there, make sure you go over there. That's where we're going to have most of our content. I'm starting to post back onto Instagram. So just trying to put as many places that we can put info for you guys, stats for you guys, and records and stuff like that. So, yeah, very happy with where we're going. I will have a full updated number for you guys tomorrow. I'm working on my spreadsheet, finishing that up on this Monday. And doing all the stuff that really no capper really wants to do. They want to just look at the games, but we got to get the numbers out so you guys can know what we're doing, how we're doing it, and how well we're doing. So after all that, need a deep breath. We got 2 1.5 unit plays today, 1 NBA, 1 college basketball. And we will start out in college basketball because it's going to be a fun game. And actually really weird because these 2 teams just played each other on Saturday. Only 2 days rest. And they're just flip-flopping. Seton Hall, St. John's. I'm going to go with the over 151. I'm seeing 151.5 at plus money some places. Would take that, but I would rather be at the whole number here. And if we're just going off averages, this one's hits. Obviously, I'll have a ton of numbers here for you guys. But St. John's on the season is averaging 80 points a game. Seton Hall, very deep team, press team. Very good defensively, but they do play fast because they do press. We have 2 stud guards in this game on the St. John side. I've talked about them a ton. And Julian Champagnie and Posh Alexander. Both of these guys are absolute studs. Average 35 and 7 assists combined per game for the St. John side. But like I said, Seton Hall is very, very good at the press, and they're very deep. You have to be deep if you're going to be a press team because you got to have fresh legs out there on the court. They have 8 dudes that play 20-plus minutes. And then, like I said, they just played 2 days ago. Primetime game tonight. Fox Sports 1, huge thing. I think the Big East is just trying to throw more games out there in primetime spots, and I believe they're really one of the only big conferences playing tonight, obviously besides the USC Pac-12 game tonight. Yeah, actually the last game flew under. It was 66-60 final score. It was a 152.5, 152 total. So we were way under that total, about 25 points. But in that game, looking into it a little bit more, right, because everybody's going to probably bet the under after seeing that, right? Posh Alexander, Champagnie, and Adiawasu, their top 3 scorers for St. John's went 7 for 37 for 23 combined points. They usually average 44 per game. Adiawasu was actually in foul trouble, didn't play as much. And Champagnie got 2 early fouls in that game and got him kind of out of his rhythm. Did play his 38 minutes, but you can kind of tell when a guy gets in foul trouble, they can't really play as aggressive as they usually do, you know. So that obviously does take stuff away as well. But when you look at that game, the pace was really there. We had 75 field goal attempts for St. John's in that game. So the press really wasn't that big of an issue, only 9 turnovers. 75 field goal attempts, 36 offensive rebounds combined on both sides, which is absolutely huge. And both teams went 9 for 33 combined from deep, which is way, way lower than both of their season averages. A little bit over 25, probably about 27% there combined. 27 for 38 from the free throw line, which is really tough to see. Usually you see a lot higher from St. John's side for sure from the free throw line. This game had all the makings of an over. The shots just didn't fall. And that's something you can't cap, but that's also something that will help us in this one because we are getting 1.5 points of value off of the game on Saturday. St. John's is 6th in pace. I've talked about them a ton on the show. 6th in pace, 65th overall offense adjusted from KenPom. And Their defense does rank 107 in the country, but they have played the 295th strength of schedule versus offenses here. So not really playing good teams offensively yet. Obviously, they will later into the season here. Into conference play, you'll get that number to rise. But we have Seton Hall, very good defensively, but they do rank 30th in offense. I don't think they're going to have an issue, especially because they play at a top 50 pace as well. I don't think they're going to have an issue scoring on St. John's. I'm just really relying on Posh Alexander and Champagne to do their job here and get these guys into the low 70s, high 60s, because I think Seton Hall wins this game. I think Seton Hall scores a ton on these guys because St. John's really can't defend. Seton Hall had 17 turnovers in that first matchup. I think we see a big game from Champagne, and I think we are going to have a fun matchup here, especially in a primetime type of game. Saturdays are usually filled with huge games like your Kentucky game that was against Auburn this weekend. Like all those bigger schools and stuff like that, those guys got the spotlight. This is going to be one of the biggest games of the night. And I think that we're going to see a lot of fun, a lot of points, and a lot of action here. We're going to be rolling with the over 151, minus 115, 1.5 units. And now we're going to go to the NBA, guys. Again, please, if you are watching this video, drop a like. That's all we ask over here at the PPS gang. That's all we ask. Just drop a like on the video. If you don't subscribe, just hit that little red button. We'll be ready to get you more plays every single day, shows twice a week. We'll have everything ready for you guys. So make sure you do check out more of the content. If you haven't already and you are new to the channel, let's go with number 2 here. I'm going with Jarrett Allen, double-double tonight, 1.5, minus 120 I saw in DK. Did not see any other books really with this besides FanDuel, and that was like minus 125. But I really like the value here. Jarrett Allen is a tank. He's one of my favorite guys to bet in the NBA. Very consistent player. And let's get into the numbers here. He has hit this in 8 of the 11 games this month for the Cleveland Cavaliers, playing fantastic basketball. No Lauri Markkanen tonight. He did have an ankle injury in their last game, so that's going to obviously keep him out of tonight's game. That's a 19% usage rate and a 9.5% rebounding rate to fly somewhere else. 18.2 rebounding percentage for Jarrett Allen overall this season. And we obviously do have a pace down spot. Knicks are the slowest team. Them and Dallas are the 2 slowest teams in the NBA by quite a bit. But I always love taking rebounding props against the Knicks. I would take his rebounds too. I think that's a great spot at 10.5, minus 110 I'm seeing here in most spots. But he scored 10 points in 10 of the 11 games this season. Mitchell Robinson is questionable with an ankle injury. Might get Nerlens Noel back, so he's going to be bodying up with Taj Gibson and Nerlens Noel. And I will take Jarrett Allen in that matchup all day, every day. And if Robinson really doesn't play, I'm probably going to throw a little bit more on this. This probably moves up to 2.5. If that Robinson news does come out earlier, I will tweet about it. So make sure if you don't, I will have my Twitter bio or Twitter link in there. Go follow that because I will update if I will move this to a 2.5 unit play. Because if Mitchell Robinson's down here, that's their biggest shot blocker. And I think Nerlens Noel coming back off this injury isn't going to play a ton of minutes. I really like Jarrett Allen tonight. I really like the Cavs tonight. Truly, I just think that they're flying under the radar. They should be getting a lot more love than they are. Obviously, the Grizzlies are that most improved team that everybody's kind of looking at now because they have Ja there. But Darius Garland's playing out of his mind. Jarrett Allen has been elite since coming over from the Nets. I really like this game. I really like Jarrett Allen. He'll be a DFS lock of my plays, every single one of them. Huge weekend of DFS for NFL for me. I'm looking forward to another big week here as well. So if you guys have any questions, you guys know my DMs are always open. I try to get back to every single one of you guys. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, little quick recap here. 8-3 over our last 4 videos. Sounds a lot better if it's 10-3. So I'm hoping for a sweep here. St. John's over 151, minus 115. And Jarrett Allen, double-double, minus 120, 1.5 units over on DraftKings. So thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Again, if you guys have any questions, DM me. I think we're going to have another big week of stuff. I'll have the full numbers and updated plays for our YouTube free plays probably in the description here once I finish it up. And I'm working on the VIP numbers as well. So I'm very excited. Should be a fun night. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk tomorrow. Peace.